thank you. Welcome to the Waterboro Planning Board meeting. It's February 21st at 6:30 p.m. We have a quorum. Today we're going to go right to new business. We have an application for a new bark and wood chip processing facility up at 1442 Sokokis Trail, North Waterboro. Who would like to step up and give the public a general idea of what's going to happen?
That's me, I guess. Okay, I'm Doug Foglio Jr. This is my son Justin. And I sent in a package that kind of explained what we're doing. And what I'd like to do is kind of walk through it a little bit. First of all, the site up in North Waterboro, I think everybody probably knows where it is. This is a Google Earth map of the site. So Route 5 being here, this yellow outlines the approved gravel pit parcel, which is approximately 534 acres. And I don't know if you can see it from there, but these red lines. Okay. All right. The red lines you'll see here are the individual parcels of land. So you'll see there's a line in through here, and there are several parcels of land that comprise this 534 acres. Right here there's a purple line, and that's the zoning line. So we have F&A back here and A&R up front. To zoom in, this coming off Route 5, we come in here, it's probably 1,200 feet, and we have a staging area here, some topsoil and fill and stuff like that that's all piled up in the staging area. Zoomed in on it just a little bit here. This is the roadway coming in, tees off, goes to a couple other operations that we have. But in this staging area, our intention right in here is to do the wood processing. Now, we have an approved wood processing site at another location. So we've prepped this area to be satisfactory for the processing facility. And I brought you a little picture you can pass around. This here is the piece of equipment that does the processing. For the lack of a better term, it's a wood chipper. That's what we're looking to process. So we take stumps and brush, and we actually process it to, it's an erosion control mulch. Looks similar to wood chips, except that it's a little more stringy, and it's approved by DEP for erosion and sediment control. If you go to your packet, the first section that we have there is the project description. It's we propose a brush and stump processing facility within the limits of the gravel pit, and it's going to be operated under the standards of set forth by DEP. The Peterson Pacific horizontal grinder is the picture that I sent around, and again, this material is used for erosion and sediment control. Now, we've used this piece of equipment for years at this location, and the reason we've done that is, like all of this area here that was once wooded, most of the roadways have been expanded over time. You can see this area right along here, the entrance road, is now it's a grass slope, but at one time it was all wooded. So we were always permitted to process the on-site stumps and brush on the site. What's triggering this application is we now are looking to bring in stumps from another location, process them, and then we take the processed material and we'll export it to other sites. Now we We have done this at another site in the past, but now we're starting to concentrate all of our efforts up here in North Waterboro. So it's just for convenience that we're doing it here versus another location. All right, the section 3 is title right and interest. That's a copy of the deeds. And you'll see that the deed is actually quite lengthy. And that's because it comprises of all of these smaller, well, I'll go back to this one, all of these smaller parcels. Parcel being here, out in the back. There's several different parcels that make up the 534 acres. Section 4 is an authorization statement. My father actually owns this property, so he's authorized me to be here on his behalf. Now, I included some of the maps that DEP required in their submission. One is a topographical map, not quite as helpful as the Google Earth maps, but you all have it if you want to take a look at it. It shows some of the topography. This is right on the verge of the limerick line, so it's a little bit confusing. Okay. So this is Route 5 in North Waterboro, and the site location is right here. The majority of the land shown here actually falls under because of the way that the topographical maps are set up. The next section, the Town of Waterboro tax map. And this is the Garland Hill Road here, which is actually one boundary. The project, the entire pit area falls in here. This A&R and F&A line is that purple line on the Google Earth. And the project is actually just into the forest and agriculture right there.
Hey, Doug?
Yeah.
I see on this map you got 9A and 8-1. 8-1 is where it's going to be located. What's 9A?
No. 9T. This area here, 9T.
Okay.
All right, it actually falls on lot 9T here.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one are you looking at?
I was looking at these two.
Okay. That one right there is my son's house. 9A is Justin's house.
Okay.
And 8-1 belongs to Irmgard Winskip. And that's her lot right there.
All right.
Justin's lot right there.
Okay.
And that's actually, I'll go back to this probably a few times. You'll see Irmgard's house is here. Justin's house is here. This area here is Kevin Owen. We're talking Woodchip lumber is right there. This distance is well over 1,000 feet to get to any of the houses. It's set back quite a ways. So actually the closest abutter is him.
So is that the front of your house on Garland Hill or the back of your house on Garland Hill? Your lot?
His lot is,
The front's on Garland.
the front is on Garland Hill.
Okay.
Okay, the next section, section 7, is a soil evaluation. So when we submitted to DEP for the permit, one of their requirements is that the soil be evaluated by a soil scientist. So Ken Gardner come out, and we had actually had the site all prepped. Having done this once before, we were pretty confident on what we needed. So Ken came out, and he actually, you can read his statement, where he says the land's about 1,000 acres, and when you combine the major parcel along with the adjacent parcels that my dad has purchased since, was just shy of 1,000 acres. And it keeps, this is a quarry here. So our goal was to keep houses away from the quarry and keep a safety zone. So as lots have come up for sale, he's gone ahead and acquired those to maintain that safety zone. And so Ken has stated in his evaluation that this is a good site and it met all of the minimum parameters set forth by DEP. And the following section is a reclamation plan. And these plans are all on file here at the town hall. And this pertains just to, because the pit covers such an area, there are several reclamation plans that comprise the package. And this is approximately, and my drawing is off here just a little because it's actually this, it's right about where I have the pointer now. It's a little more westerly than where I marked it. But again, this kind of shows the distance it is from the neighboring properties. All of this at some point in time can be excavated according to the reclamation plan, even within the limits of where we're proposing to put the facility. It would be years, 10s, 20s, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be able to call that out at this point. But so it's it falls within the bounds of the original extraction operation.
Which at this point is not what the planning board is going to be making any decisions on.
Excuse me?
At this point, the extraction for future use does not fall in the planning board.
That's been
And you were done
approved years and years
Okay.
ago. Yeah. That's all at least 10 years ago. I don't remember which year it was, but yeah, we got this all approved back then. Might even have been in 2005. The next section is our DEP permit by rule. And we obtained this back in December. And if you, it's kind of, it states that we must be in compliance with their rules, Chapter 409, Section 7. And if you skip to the third page, that kind of outlines, and I included that so you know what it outlines from DEP. The wood waste that we handle, we can't accept painted, treated, chipboard, wood fasteners, nails, paint coatings. So there's no contaminants in anything. It's our intention is for raw product. It's stumps and brush. So all of that stuff is prohibited in this operation. We can't exceed 3 acres 3 acres including on-site storage. All right, the entire handling area. Now I'm going to guess we're probably going to encompass 1.5 acres. Would be my assumption. We can't store more than 1 acre of stumps. And all of these things are checked more frequently now than they used to be by DEP. DEP has been in the habit the last couple of years of checking each and every one of these permits annually. So they come out and they make sure you're doing, the right thing. And it gives the minimum setbacks, and we've exceeded them by a lot. I don't know what other questions you might have. I know that Tammy forwarded an email to me, and I brought it with me so that I could answer the questions. What are the hours of operation going to be for the new wood processing facility? Same hours as the same hours we were approved on back in 2005.
And what is that?
Yeah.
We operate 5 days a week primarily, but we're also allowed to operate until 2 o'clock on Saturday. And we sometimes do, but it's not too
All
often.
right, Doug, Monday to Friday, from what time to what time?
Our hours generally are from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
We're allowed to go from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., I believe. I didn't bring the conditional use permit with me, but it's on file at the town hall.
All right.
All the hours of operation are there.
And Saturday you would do the 6 to 2?
That's what we're permitted to, so we wouldn't exceed that. And we, as far as processing, we seldom process on Saturday. Very seldom. How will it increase the number of trucks entering the property per day? It won't. Just doesn't. We're in and out of there with the same trucks every day. So when they're hauling a load of stumps in, or they're coming in for sand or other aggregates, there'll be no increase. Well, we kind of already talked about the Monday through Friday thing. What is the noise level of the new operation? Well, as I've stated, we've been in there, done this process for the last 10 years. And we've only done it with stuff that's generated on the site. There'll be no change. We have other pieces of equipment that have higher decibels than this. Some of the backup alarms have higher decibels than what you'd see, but it's a wood chipper. So the noise level will be no more than the other equipment that we have in there running.
May I ask,
Sure.
what do you anticipate in term, I mean, you're gonna be storing the chip product
Yep.
there, and there's always the potential like hay or any other product for it to ferment or to spontaneously combust. How do you control that, and what fire control systems would you put in place, or how would that be managed?
Well, we have on-site up there in the summertime, we have a water tank that we use to water the roadway. And in the event of a fire, it's there for use. All of the equipment has fire extinguishers. And the biggest thing we've done is this whole staging area that we have in here is, there's no vegetation at all. So it sets out in the middle. And you do get, that generates heat as it
Right.
decomposes. But our experience has been, and we've been doing this for probably 15, 18 years, is that it doesn't last very long. So it's not like a compost where we actually decompose the product. It has its most value to us prior to decomposition. So we get it, the product is only usually there for 2-3 weeks and it's gone.
Is it under a shelter?
No.
It's just gonna be open, so it'll
Yeah.
get wet, it'll be open to the
It
elements.
gets rained on, it's just a pile. Yeah,
Do you still have a working gravel pit?
absolutely.
And where is it in conjunction to this? I've never been up there.
You never been up there? Well, this right here, we mined some sand out of there. That's actually an area we take concrete sand. So if you came in the Garland Hill Road, I believe the road's discontinued about here. You go up in the Garland Hill Road, you'll see an area there that we excavate the sand out of. We have a quarry out in here where we mine ledge for
Oh.
crushed stone.
And you crush the stone there?
Yes. So our rock crushers that we have there, and they operate there 4 months a year, are louder than the grinder will be by quite a bit. But again, Kevin Owen is the closest house, he's here. And that's about 3/10 of a mile. So by purchasing the property, the adjacent property, again, what we've done is create this safety zone so that we don't have houses
Buffer
next
at the
to us.
other end than it is with the property that you just mentioned.
Excuse me?
I said you have more of a buffer at this end than,
Actually, well, there might be a little bit more, but then again, the distance from his house here over to here is probably, I don't have the scale, but I'm gonna say it's probably around 1,800 feet. So it's still quite a distance.
I have another question.
Sure.
The waste that's brought in, how do you ensure that it's just brush and stumps?
We
And then
haul
there's-
it.
Pardon?
We load it, we haul it. Although we would be able to accept some from other people, yes.
Well,
But,
that's what I thought you did.
yeah, we will be able to accept some from other people, but 90% of it we bring in ourselves from our own
Okay,
sites.
so you're bringing in the only thing that you can handle legally.
Right.
But if other people bring in dump truck full or whatever they're doing.
Well, we have people there that witness them dumping each and every load and
Okay.
give a ticket
Okay,
each and every load. So if there was something in there that shouldn't be, we'll put it back on the truck and
okay,
send it out.
that's what I wanted to
Yeah,
know. Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and there won't be a mass of trucks bringing stuff in. We charge too much. You know,
Better way to
we
sell it.
actually go out to other sites for people and process stumps and brush on their sites also. But, you know, for the, you can bring some stuff into the town, at least I think you still can. But this is primarily for our own use.
And you're surrounded by wooded land, but you don't cut any of that down.
I'm not gonna say we don't cut any. Right here, this was all once wooded, and now it's an 11-acre field. And we cut it and planted it. And when we get done out in here, this will also be a field. So Dylan, who owned the land before my father bought it, went in and harvested all the timber out of it. It since has grown up quite a bit. And as we excavate areas, there's an area right here, which will probably be the next area that we excavate. I can't tell you when that's gonna be, but we'll remove the trees, and then when we're done, we seed it into grass. So, yeah, we'll eventually remove some. Again, it can only be to the limits shown by shown on the reclamation plan. We can't get outside of that and keep the setbacks. So, if you look here, this is, that's Ermgard's house over there. So we're several hundred feet to the edge of whatever we could clear. Woodson Lumber is over in here. So again, we're several hundred feet from what we could ever clear to get near them. Those bounds were set during the approval of the extraction.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, Doug, I see we have a letter from the town planner with some recommendations that the town follow the same guidelines as what the state says. EJ, what's the difference between these recommendations and what's already in place?
Sure. So you'll see in the DEP permit by rule, which is at the back of Doug's submission, there's standards for permit by rule wood waste facilities, and there's a fairly extensive list of 1 through 15. And what I did was I went through those and looked at some of them that I thought were probably more important and more valid to the town, and I picked those out, and they are the ones that are listed in the recommended conditions of approval in my memo. So some of them have already been addressed, but for example, the applicant may only process and store wood waste on soils that are certified by a soil scientist. He stated tonight that that's, that they've had their soil scientist out there. B, a pad constructed with the top at least 2 feet above seasonal high water mark and is either composed of 2 feet of glacial till, having between 15 and 35% fines, covered with 6-inch drainage layer of gravel, or soil covered with asphalt or concrete. A surface determined by Maine certified soil scientist, soil engineer, other qualified individuals being suitable for the proposed activity, taking into account the other aspects of the facility design, or on land under a permanent roof structure. We know it won't be under a permanent roof structure, but he has to, by DEP, meet these other soils qualifications anyhow.
Okay. Oh, anyhow, so you're already prepared for this.
Correct.
Correct.
Let's see, fire control, it says the operator must develop and implement a plan to prevent spontaneous combustion in wood waste and wood chip piles. So if he has one or has developed one previously, because they are currently chipping on site with their own material from the property, that ought to be submitted to the fire department just so it's on record. And then an annual report. By January 31st of each year, the operator must submit an annual report covering the previous calendar year. And then it lists the annual report must contain estimated weight and volume of wood waste received at the facility, the estimated volume of weight of wood waste distributed from the facility, the estimated volume of weight and wood waste stored at the site on December 31st, and a description of any problems in operations encountered. He has to do that for the DEP. That would also be submitted here to the town.
That was what I was going to ask.
We have to do that anyway.
That's correct.
So
Yes.
basically, you're just gonna.
Nothing DJ has said here is, we're bound by all of those rules anyway.
So basically, he's just asking you to forward us a copy.
Correct. It's redundant.
All right, we're good there. So, let's see.
If you'd like, Mr. Chairman, basically in my memo, I did suggest that based on his application with DEP, I went through a lot of the submission requirements and suggested what he ought to be submitting, so the application could be found complete based on the needs for this conditional approval. Again, a conditional use, again, understand under your conditional use process, the ordinance is very clear and says basically all you really need to do is fill out a building permit. Well, there is no building here, so the submission information that he's provided is adequate. And also as a conditional use, you're not required to hold a public hearing if you choose not to. If you choose to, you would need to set a date for a public hearing. However, abutters are aware of it. Someone did send in comments or concerns that Mr. Foglio answered tonight, so you can choose not to hold a public hearing on this.
Do you have those letters of the abutters?
It's in the packet.
It's this one, just one, right?
Just one.
Oh, is that what this
Just,
was?
just that one?
No, the only people that said anything in from the abutters is the email that I gave to you.
Correct.
And the green cards and letters
That-
Doug gave to me as soon as I walked in.
Right, so don't be confused. Doug sent out notices.
Right.
The only comments you got was the one sheet that Tammy provided to you.
All right, that takes care of 1 and 2.
Right. And other than that, if you choose to approve this tonight, I would suggest that they be with the conditions that we discussed.
Which basically is a copy of all documentation going to DEP.
Correct.
It also comes to Town Hall.
Correct.
That's what we're dealing with.
Yep.
Board members, comments, questions?
I have one question.
Sure.
Even though you have like hours of operation, are you running that machine the whole time?
No,
Just periodically, right?
periodically.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So, at this time, the board needs to make a motion to deem this application complete. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second and a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor? At this time, we need to discuss whether or not to have a site walk. Now we got a new player here. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you.
Basically, this site walks, we go out there and size up, is it going to affect the neighbors, and you know whether it's going to need stormwater management. In this case, it's the middle of a pit that's been there for,
Since I can remember.
and it's quite far off the road. We covered the butter notices, which is always a concern. So, does the board wish or wish not to have a site walk?
I suggest we do not.
All right, we have a motion. A motion.
I move that we do not.
A
I
mo-
didn't hear that.
Okay,
I move that we do not have a
make a
sidewalk.
motion. I make a motion.
I make a motion
Not.
that we do not have a sidewalk.
I'll
Okay.
second it then.
Oh, well, it's already done by the second,
Oh,
it's done by
all right.
me. All right, now that we're on the same page here, is there any discussion? All right, all in favor? Motion carries. Which brings us, yes,
Who seconded that one?
Lee.
Lee, okay.
which brings us to a public hearing. Under an application like this, it falls on the planning board whether or not to have a public hearing. Is usually held for, obviously for public comment, butter notices and whatnot. As I can see, we've already addressed all the concerns by the abutters. And again, as this project's about pretty far out there in a big old hole. Is there a recommendation whether or not to have a public hearing?
I recommend we really don't need a public hearing.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Dave.
Dave.
So the motion is not to have a public hearing. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Let's see, we did this, we did that, we did this.
Number 3.
What's what?
You would want to seek approval and attach any of the conditions that you want.
Well, we already did that.
Nope. I think we have to do it in a motion, don't we?
You have to do it in the motion,
Ah,
yes.
okay.
Discussed it,
Number
but you have to
3.
have it in the motion.
Thank you. All right, David.
All right, so I move that we accept the application with the conditions laid out in Lee Feldman's memo of February 7th. And that is on the last 2 pages of the memo with condition A generally concerning soil, condition B concerning the pad, and condition C concerning the fire control.
And condition D.
And condition D, the annual report.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll say.
All right, we'll give this one.
All right,
to,
we'll give that one to you.
I feel like I gotta give you
Have a
guys.
turn, lady.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, we're good.
All done.
You all set?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, takes care of that.
Mr. Foglio,
Yeah.
could we get those 2 maps on the top with the top of it, putting the parcel on?
Sure.
I think did you ever have a copy of this? Did I give you enough copies so you retain one?
Oh, I have 2 specifically for review.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to minutes of the previous meeting. Yes.
Oh, Doug. Would you like me to introduce?
Oh, our new member, Sam Hayden. Say a few words.
Hi, I'm Sam Hayden.
Throw you right under the bus.
Yeah. So I'm a wetland scientist, so I survey wetlands and I do some permit compliance and permitting type work in getting the permits. So,
Nice addition to the board.
yeah. So most of my experience is with federal and state permitting.
Sweet.
I'm moving into this,
Local?
doing more of the local municipal,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, good addition.
I'm sure you'll relate to it. If that gets your game on, you'll be fine. With that kind of experience. Glad you're here.
It's good to be here.
Let's see, so we are going right to minutes of previous meetings, January 17th. Which, that was the meeting that got canceled.
No,
No,
the
meeting.
that was the campground one.
Okay.
Public hearing with the
Oh,
campground.
all right. Where is, I got this.
Meeting
January
minutes,
7th.
January
Extensive
17th.
one on the campground hearing.
I couldn't find one.
They're in the February 7th packet that's in there.
Oh, I didn't have that.
Going up.
Oh, I see what you're, yeah.
Mine
okay.
was-
There's another one dated
That
February
was because, Tammy just stacked them up because that was the meeting got canceled because of snow. So, January 17th minutes.
Well, I make a motion that we accept them.
All right, we have a motion to accept.
I have
We'll get
one question real quick.
Yes,
Is there another one besides this one?
Yes.
I'm not finding it.
Other than that, you can't vote anyway. You weren't here.
Oh, it wasn't here. All right, forget it.
let's see here.
20.
Oh, that's, okay.
This is 17, it has some names on it.
There you go.
All right, so we have, everybody ready? We have a motion to accept the minutes of January 17th. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Given that I wasn't here, should I,
No.
No.
should I abstain?
You're gonna get off easy this time.
Okay.
All in favor? Motion
Is that here?
carries. Which brings us to the snow date of February 7th, which,
Right, but there was no.
how's that gonna work with,
That's the one no one was
You
here.
can vote on this one because
right, because we weren't, was he a planning board member through this meeting?
That was canceled.
Oh, so that's.
So
Board
that's why the
accepted
same
me.
chain was-
That would have been my first meeting.
Okay.
and it had been.
Oh, but it's
So,
this one.
all right, then you're gonna vote. Well, just so you know, what we're gonna vote on is that we didn't have a meeting. Why we do this is so we have something in the records, so down the road when somebody goes looking through them, it doesn't look like we just lost the minutes or they don't know what happened at that meeting. Then it's all it's for, we're gonna put something in there, there was a snow date, the meeting was canceled. And that's what we're voting on. Make a motion. Make your first motion.
I'd like to-
accept.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to accept that the meeting of
Seven.
February 7th was canceled due to snow.
Good. Second.
I'll second
There
that.
we go. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Okay. See nothing under all business. Communications. The amended planning board bylaws. This is just a repeat where we changed the hours that we're going to meet from 7 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And if you all have in your package, I guess it was a Board of Selectmen debate, and this is for, let me back up here, a review of the zoning ordinance fees, current and proposed.
And Glenn is here to go over that. You have those copies in your packet.
Okay.
Quite a large spreadsheet.
What?
What am I missing?
Oh,
Big long.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about the bylaws.
no, we didn't, hang on a second. No, the bylaw, all that was it's just reiteration that we changed our time.
And
All
so
right.
you had a copy of the
And
bylaws.
we have a copy of it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I guess to cut to the short of it, what's changed?
The only thing the board is looking at, and I'm here because the selectmen asked me to show you this, we'll be looking at the fees for site plan review and planning board. You won't be looking at fees for zoning board of appeals or code enforcement. Let's see, what has changed? Site plan review has changed a little bit. My goal was to eliminate some fees and make it a little bit easier for the applicant to understand. So the red is the new changes, and the black is existing changes.
All right, so we have a cluster subdivision, which was $100 plus a $25 unit, and it's going to $100 plus a $50 per unit.
Right.
Same thing with planned unit development.
Yep. So you've jumped over a couple of things doing, so we're gonna back up here a little bit. So all the applicants will pay for advertising and notification. That part hasn't changed. Placement on an agenda, that was costing $50, and that fee will actually be eliminated. If someone just wants to talk to the planning board for general information, myself and the selectmen felt that they should be charged for that. There's nothing affirmed, it's just for general information.
All right. I'm in agreement with that, planning board members.
Are we going to go line by line through this?
Just
Or generally accept or what?
Well, basically
in terms-
after your input,
Okay.
we can go line by line if you
No,
wish.
I don't, but I mean, I had some questions on the site plan review.
Okay, let's back all the way up then.
go.
Okay, and essentially, we're increasing the application fee for smaller.
There's no change in the application fee.
Well, you're going to.
So the application,
Your application fee is no change, $300, plus 0 to 10,000 feet is now $600 instead
Correct.
of the 0 to 1,999 at 300, and then 2,000 to 999, 6,000. So you're increasing the fee for the smaller square footage. right?
yeah, the fee is actually going to just stop at,
So
it's just going to stop at 10,000. So the maximum they're going to have to pay is $2,000. if it's a large development.
No, I understand. I'm
Okay.
just trying to understand, we had this distinction between a small square footage, 2,000, which was the $300, second line down.
Yep.
We then had 2,000 and 9,999 at 600.
So
And
you-
what
so
we're doing
you're-
now is collapsing that to 0 to 10,000 and $600. So those two
Well,
become,
they're actually, David, they're actually saving $300 by going to Glenn's, because it would have been the 300 plus the 6. So it would have been a $900 fee for
yeah,
9,000.
or it would have been 300 plus 300 for a small lot, for 600, right? But now 0 to 10,000 would be 300 plus 600 for 900, right? So the small lot fee, you're essentially collapsing that into a 0 to 10,000 foot set fee of $600.
Right.
So
Yep.
you're increasing it for the small lot by $300. You're doubling the
Right,
fee.
decreasing it for a larger lot.
Well,
Not really.
No, what, actually, what David's saying is, for someone with a smaller lot, they're now gonna pay more.
Yeah.
And someone with a bigger lot, they're gonna pay less.
Right.
So, is that correct?
Yeah, so it's like the Republican tax plan.
Somebody was bound to blurt that.
You knew it would come.
All right.
I mean, that was just, thank you. That was so easy. I almost felt badly. So, I mean, that's my point.
I
though,
gotta
is
get on
that-
board with David. I'm not comfortable with that.
So what's your recommendation?
David?
I would not change it. I think you still need to give the little guy
I agree.
a smaller price, and then if you want to collapse the 2,000, I mean, again, 10,000 feet and over still stays 2,000,
Can I,
2,000 to 10,000 is 600.
can I ask, what was the purpose of these changes, just to simplify
Correct.
the processing?
Yep. Because you have an applicant looking at all these numbers,
Yeah.
and he gets scared right off quick.
Yeah, well, the $300 would scare you off quick if you were on the.
It would.
And the square footage isn't that part of, I mean, that's an at-hand number. It's not a
Well,
mystery number.
Yeah, I would agree with
No
what you're
change.
saying.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
All right. So, just so we're clear, where does everybody stand? No changes is our recommendation back to the Board of Selectmen. Ryan, do you want to go with the recommendation coming from Selectmen, or make no changes as a recommendation back to the Selectmen?
Well, I just, well, here, I mean, you're making it more expensive for the smaller guy and pretty much the same money for the bigger guy. What if you got rid of the application fee but kept the other fees the same?
Do away with 300.
Right,
With the application
because then you
fee,
still
just
have the
include
3
that
and
into the-
6.
Right, that just gets absorbed into the square
Well,
footage.
that would be a wash.
I mean, that would be fine.
Okay, okay, let's see if I can run this down the board. So we have two on the table, make no changes at all, or eliminate the application fee of $300 and go with your proposed change, with the Selectmen's proposed changes.
Well, no,
No?
I don't think that's what I heard you say. Is eliminate the application fee of 300, but keep the other fees as they were previously stated. 3,600 and 2,000 just based on square footage.
Right, that, or you could keep 0 to 10,000 at 600 with no application fee. I mean, then the small guy is still paying the same. The big guy is getting a break.
Yeah.
All right.
But I originally said, right, get rid of the application fee, keep it at 300, 600.
Well, then again,
But-
both categories benefit if we just eliminate that application fee, because that'll apply to
True.
bigger lots too, so we're actually. Hey,
Well,
Sam.
I'd like to ask Glenn again.
Yep.
Were you getting a lot of people who were coming to you confused, and was this a big issue?
Well,
that you decided to change it, or was it?
I mean, permitting cost is always an issue for applicants, regardless of what spectrum they're on. Site plan review is expensive for an applicant. You know, they can be in the $3,000 or $4,000 range or more. So I guess there was two objectives: to make it simpler and to make it less. And understand that the select board pretty much already approved the red changes. had the ultimate decision in this, and they
Right,
recommended
which is
that.
fine.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do here this evening is send back our recommendation and
Yep.
let the Board of Selectmen hash it out.
Yep.
So, yes.
I have a question. When we first talked about the fee structure, weren't we concerned that it was so low in, that we were still charging? I'm
Well-
just gonna pull something out of my,
Yeah, we weren't talking about site plan review, we were talking about building permit applications,
okay.
which has changed also. But-
All right.
But that's not your purview tonight. You're
Okay.
you're just after planning board issues and fees.
Okay. Thank you, Glenn. David, why don't you make it clear one more time what you'd like to see happen here?
What I would like to see happen is, actually, I'm going to plagiarize Ryan. I'm going to suggest that what we do is eliminate the application fee and keep the original fee schedule as is, going through by the square foot, with the exception of the $50 per 1,000 square foot add-on. We can eliminate that.
So you want
So
to-
our permitting, our site plan review fees would be $300, $600, or $2,000 based on square footage.
So we're going to eliminate the application fee,
Yep.
and we're going to eliminate
The
the
$50
additional
extra.
$50. Okay.
And just keep the core 3, 6, and 2,000. Is that a fair representation?
Ryan on board with that?
I like that.
Lee?
Yeah, I like that idea.
I'm on board.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
Yeah.
If that's sufficient to cover the cost of doing the site plan review.
Well, and that's
part of
a good point, Sam. The town's not in the business of making a profit on this stuff, but we do want to cover the town's expenses. And that's all part of it also. So that's
If you think that would do that, cover the town's expenses,
well,
I mean, just while you're standing there.
yeah, a large development, this probably would not cover all the town's expenses, but it would help.
But we already,
So
we
it
already
helps.
All right, all right.
cut out the cost on the large expenses.
All right,
We
so-
already capped them.
So, let's, from 10,000, 19,000 square feet, we got $2,000 in place. How much money does it cost to present the town?
I can't even give you a number.
I guess that's what we, well,
Yeah. And I'm not going to give you a number.
okay.
Okay.
I think a lot of it would depend on what you're looking for. You're looking to cover those costs, because don't forget, if and when the new ordinance gets adopted, any of my time or whoever's it comes in as a consultant, those are pass-through dollars. So you can charge the developer for any hours spent on that application after 5, I think it was, we agreed to?
Yes.
So anything after 5 hours spent on that project is basically free to the town, and the developer would have to pay.
Right, in additional services, contracted services.
Correct.
Okay.
So the motion, we have a second.
No, there's no
I'll tell you-
Discussion.
There's no motion
Yeah,
required.
there is.
This is just
All right, so-
no discussion.
What we're gonna do is, we'll go with what we just stated.
Yep, got it.
Do some math, figure out if there's.
No, I'm not gonna.
The selectmen,
it's
put
just-
it to the selectmen and see.
Yeah, I will, but I'm not gonna do the math because it's just too involved and I'd have to go back in the archives and I'm way too busy for that. I wish I could do it, but I'm not gonna.
Oh. All right,
I, real quick.
Brian.
I mean, we're only looking to help with the expense, because after development goes in, we're now making more money on the people
Yeah.
moving in.
That's exactly right.
Right, so we're looking to cover some of that
Some
startup
expenses.
cost.
Yep.
If
All right, let's move on to planning board. I think I have this down. Planning board, eliminate the fee for agenda use. Conditional use, we've just eliminated the word setback, because planning boards don't do that anymore. Height modification, we've eliminated the cost. Cluster subdivision, we've increased the price per unit from 25 to 50 on both cluster and PUD. Temporary use, we've eliminated. Variances have not changed. Amendment to an ordinance has gone from 100 to 300. And that subdivisions, which is on page 2. No change in subdivisions other than we've eliminated the 50 cents per lineal foot charge for a pipe. Everything else in subdivision costs stays the same.
All right, anybody, as we went down this list, under the planning board, cost of subdivisions, heights, anything to speak on? Looks like what we're going up on is cluster subdivisions and planned unit development and amended ordinances, which I agree with. So,
Yeah.
anybody else? You all set? Ryan? All right, we're agreeable on that
Okay,
section.
that's all I have for you.
All right, thank you. All right, announcement. The Board of Selectmen will be having a public hearing on February 27th, 6:30 PM. This is to do with the proposed changes to the zoning ordinance. Come on and come all. Public hearing.
That's what we sent them, right?
Yes.
Right.
And just items needing signature, we can do that after the meeting. All right.
I also have available, if anybody wants a copy of it, the findings of fact and notice of decision for the loss of the expansion, if you want to take a look at it, it's all signed by the and Mr. Ryan has
Yes, I brought I brought donuts because it's my last day. I
What?
just wanted to.
Oh, by the way.
Oh, by the way.
I hate to do it, but we're moving to Lyman, so
All righty. Well, we broke even.
I know.
Well,
Oh, London.
London. Oh,
I did too. I
Yeah.
thought it was London.
I mumble a little bit.
All right, which brings us to miscellaneous. At this time, I'm going to open up the chair for our elections officers. My attention has brought me a lot of tight scheduling. So I'm going to remain on the board, but this position should be filled by someone else. So, as of this moment, it makes Lee acting chair. So the question before the board is, do you want to vote on elections officers now or put it on the next agenda?
So as you know, Mr. Chair, if Lee is appointed as acting chair, come 1 July, he has to be reelected in the chair position.
well, we're gonna have
Yes,
elections long
agreed.
before that.
Why that is our elections officers happens once a year, and it's the first meeting in July, except if there's a vacancy, which is what I'm creating now by stepping aside and becoming just a member. So with that action, it allows us to have an election to fill that chair as needed or as soon as possible. So, this evening,
I
Or-
think we should wait till we're all here.
so you want to put it on the next agenda?
Yes.
All right?
So Lee will become the acting chair.
Yeah, be first on the agenda for that week is the elections. Long before anything else happens.
Now, when you say when you have a full board, that would require a replacement for Ryan to make it a full board.
Well, we're going to have to deal with the members we have.
The members that are present at the March 7th meeting.
Right.
Okay. I just.
And I will not be here for the March 7th meeting.
Correct.
And I won't be here for the March 21st,
Well,
so.
all right, well, wait, because this is, it goes like this. As Lee is acting chair is not going to affect our business, whether he's acting chair or whether he's chairman.
Correct. And right now,
So-
there is nothing on the agenda for March 7th.
So,
Except tonight's meeting minutes. Be a pretty easy meeting. And then do the election on the 21st.
what?
I'm sitting on the beach on the 21st, sorry.
So we have nothing on the agenda for the 7th.
At the moment.
First thing in April. First meeting in April.
God, you confused me, ain't you?
I don't, there's nothing in the bylaws that really says how long an acting chair can be in place, so.
Until, they can only be in
Right,
place
January.
until July 1st.
July
No,
1st.
it's the first meeting in July.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah.
first meeting in July.
And the first meeting in July
I'll tell
is
you what,
4th
Tim,
of July, so
how-
we don't have anything anyways.
How about, because now that Lee's actually in, so as acting chair, do we have to have an acting co-chair?
Vice Chair?
Not this time. I recommend that we'll leave it to Tammy's discretion. No, when to stick it on, what's best, because I mean, if we're just, is it really necessary to have the board come in on the 7th just for that action?
I wouldn't think so, no.
Exactly.
The only problem is Lee won't be here the 21st. You do have a workshop with the Board of Selectmen
Okay.
scheduled for the 21st.
Dwayne can,
But
Then,
Dwayne
why don't
will
we,
step
So
in.
you can step in, because
You can be pro
I'm trying
temp.
to get out.
Well, or.
All right,
I
that's fine.
scheduled this time
If
off.
Judy Carl is gonna be here on the 21st, she can step in as pro tem. Somebody just
All
has
right.
to nominate her to be pro tem for that meeting.
Either Judy or myself, so
Or
we can
somebody else
nominate
is-
anybody to be pro tem.
Correct.
Is the board
If
good
my
with?
Robert's rules is correct.
Right.
yes.
Okay, does everybody understand? Is everybody good with this?
So
Basically, we're gonna
probably
wing it, we'll have somebody in a chair to conduct the meeting.
Until the first meeting in April, which I haven't memorized the date on yet.
Yep,
that'll be the 4th.
all set? We're good? Okay. Do we need a motion and a vote, or are we good to go? How's that
No,
work?
you're not.
No?
you're not changing anything, really.
No,
No,
we
because
just
he just,
swapping
You
chairs.
just slide me
Yeah.
over the gavel, like bang.
There you go, buddy. All right, so with that said, motion to adjourn.
I'll second that one.
I'll make the motion.
You said motion to adjourn, so I
Let's see, you're stepping right into the pocket. All right, any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.